Danube class Runabout Shuttle. This is BlueBrixx Star Trek set 104585. It was released in August 2022 for about €200. Sadly, BlueBrixx has lost its Star Trek license and this set is sold out. In late 2024, they had a sale and customers were grabbing every Star Trek set, or at least every of those huge Star Trek sets which they still had left. And yeah, it was really fast sold out at the sale, at least in their shop. Luckily on Amazon or on their Amazon shop, it was still available for a few more days and I was lucky enough to get it there. But now it really is sold out. And yeah, you can find it on the reseller market, but there you have to pay at least 260 to €300. And some scalpers even want to have €400, but that's just insane. So, if you do not count Picard's Ready Room painting, then this here is BlueBrixx's biggest Star Trek set. It consists of 3,090 pieces, which are compatible to bricks by other building blocks companies like Lego, Fantasy, Mega, and so on. This is a BlueBrixx Pro set. This means, unlike the special sets which come in unprinted boxes, the set here comes in a rather colorful box. And like all the other Star Trek Pro sets, it's manufactured by Qingbao. I think it says so somewhere down here. Yeah, manufactured by Qingbao. This means our bricks will be fine, at least clutch power wise, but I also think that they will come with quite ugly injection holes on the studs. Luckily, it seems that our completed build doesn't show a lot of uncovered studs. I can see some here in the back, but that seems to be more or less all. And that hopefully means we won't see a lot of those ugly injection holes. Alright, here on the front we can see an image, a computer rendered image of the completed build. And let's see what we can find on the back side. Oh, this is a huge box. Yeah, on the back side we get to see the completed build from different angles. So here it is once again from another side, and here we can see it from top, and here straight from the side. And we also get to see that besides the spaceship, the set also contains a little plaque with some information about the ship. Oh, and we get to see that this is a Star Trek Deep Space Nine set. Yeah, I think the Runabout appeared the most time in Deep Space Nine. I think we also saw it in at least one episode of The Next Generation, but for me it's definitely a Deep Space Nine ship. Alright, but enough about the box, now let's have a look inside. Inside the printed box we find these two white boxes, box A and box B. But it doesn't really matter that these boxes are named A and B, because I know from many other BlueBrixx Pro sets that the bags for the individual building sections are spread all over those two boxes. So, for example, for building section 1, we will find some of the bags in box A, but also some of the bags in box B. So box A and box B is completely meaningless. It could also be the other way around, it's just nonsensical. So I'm going to open now both of the boxes, and then we will have all the bags at once on the table. So these are all the bags which contain the bricks, and since this is a BlueBrixx Pro set, it also comes with building instructions. When we open the instructions, we can see that our set consists of 8 different building sections, to which, the bricks in the bags are pre-sorted to. Inside the instructions, we also find these 2 sheets of paper. So the first one, I guess, there are some stickers. Those seem to be transfer stickers, so, well, I really hate placing stickers, but at least transfer stickers are better than normal stickers because it means that they are easier to place, and once we have placed them, only in this case those red lines will stick to our bricks, and the transparent foil will go off again. And then we also get this piece of paper here, and it says, "Attention, new parts, take from additional bag." So, okay, for step 6-28 and 6-29, we have to use these pieces here, which come in their own bag. So I guess there was something wrong with the old pieces. The old pieces are also included in the set, but we have to use the new pieces. Alright, and then here are our bricks. Here is a bag which is unnumbered, but you can see that here we got prints which come in their own bags, so they do not get scratched. And I guess more or less all the other bags are numbered. For example, this here is a bag for the first building section. And what about this one here? Sometimes it's not so easy to find the numbers. Oh yeah, here it says also number 1. So also the first building section. And have a look. The set comes with the brick separator. It's a bit strange that it looks like a giraffe, but, well, at least we get a brick separator. Even though I have to say I don't really like those brick separators. Separating normal bricks works quite fine, but removing plates with this brick separator isn't so easy, so I really prefer the Lego brick separators. Sorry. Alright, so I'm going to look for all the bags with the number 1 on them now, and after that I will start with first building section with step 1-1. I will come back to you as soon as I see something interesting or something doesn't work as intended. Step 1-7. Since we have placed a few pieces now, I think it's time to talk about the bricks. So, as expected, they work totally fine. There's no problem with the clutch power at all. The bricks are fine, but they are really not nice to look at. Some of the pieces are almost perfect. Have a look here at these injection points. That's absolutely fine. The Lego company doesn't do it better. In many cases, they do it even worse. But then there are also these kind of pieces with these huge and ugly crater-like injection holes, and that's just very uncool. At least the bricks have no problem with the clutch power or something like that. But also the tolerances are not the best. Have a look here at this gap. There you can see that this plate here uses other tolerances than that plate. Otherwise there wouldn't be this huge gap. But It's alright, as long as I have no problems with interlocking the pieces and as long as, the build doesn't fall apart, I'm fine with it. Step 1-11. At a quite early step, we are using pieces which, for example, the Lego company doesn't use. We use these plates here, which come with studs on both sides. Those pieces are used to invert the building direction. So you can see we got 1x1 plates with studs on both sides and 2x2 plates with studs on both sides. Step 1-12. This is an extremely chill step. Besides these two pieces here, we have to place 38 of those inverted slopes. And you do not have to think at all. You just have to place one piece next to the other. You can go on and on without using your brain at all. Step 1-16. Like always, BlueBrixx uses pieces which are still protected by the Lego company, but since they do this always and they always get away with it, I'm quite sure that they have some kind of deal with the Lego company. Have a look here at this piece, for example. The company who produces construction block sets for Lidl, for example, meets Lego regularly at court because of this piece here. It's still protected by the Lego company and they don't want other companies to use this piece, but for some reason BlueBrixx is allowed to use it. Step 1-19. I like the building technique which is used here to create a table. So you can see here are the 4 legs. Those are simply lightsaber handles, which are connected with these 2x2 round plates with a hole in them. And then all that is left to do is to add the tabletop. Come on. Please interlock. Like that. Step 1-26. As a kid, those crystals here were some of my favorite Lego pieces. But I haven't seen these pieces before in this flat silver color. All the pieces that I had used before were in a metallic color or in another metallic color. I mean like metallic silver or something like that. Or they had been in a translucent color. Now let's get them in those boxes here. And now they are hidden. Step 1-37. We have completed the first building section and this is what our build looks like so far. Since there are 7 building sections left, I fear that our build will become quite huge. Wow. Alright, let's continue with building section number 2. Step 2-14. I just have assembled these 2 safes here and they don't feel the same as Lego pieces. It just feels differently to open and close the hatch. And even these 2 safes themselves have different clutch power. So this here feels different than that one. It's absolutely alright, and I think for a set for adults is absolutely fine. I don't want to play with these pieces. They are just there to look good, but I don't know. I prefer how the Lego safes feel when opening and closing them. Step 2-20. I think in this step we can clearly see that the pieces don't come with perfect tolerances. Have a look here. There's a step between this 1x4 brick and that 1x4 plate. This really doesn't look good. And I can't remember that I saw anything as bad as this in later BlueBrixx sets. Well, I think it still might work, but I hope that we are not going to see this little segment here from the outside, that it is covered by other stuff, because as a wall, this would work for a building, for an old building, but not for, the wall of a spaceship. Step 2-31. In this step, we are using a piece which I haven't used before. It's a teapot or a genie lamp. The Lego company introduced this piece in 2012, and so far it appeared in 28 sets. Step 2-42. We have completed building section number 2. So far, we have more or less completed the rear part of our ship. Only the top part of that rear part is missing, and also the warp nacelles, and of course the whole front part is still missing. Now we are going to continue with building section number 3, in which we are building the warp nacelles. Step 3-11. I assume that right now we are building one of the warp nacelles, and have a look here at this construction, how bent it is. This has nothing to do with the bricks themselves, I guess. It's just because of the building technique. We have used a lot of bricks and plates here, and then we only supported them from one single side, and because of that everything is bent towards that side. I hope once we have completed the segment that it will flatten out, thanks to adding stuff on the other side. We will see. Step 3-12. This step introduces a building technique which we have seen in a lot of other BlueBrixx sets. This building technique is used to reverse the building direction. So you can see we got here this single stud, hollow stud, only stud, Kobe stud, ironing bead, whatever you want to call it. And this is used to turn an anti-stud into a regular stud. We do this with the help of this tool here. So what we do is that we use this bar here, we stick it in our stud like this, and then we place it at a position where we want to have it. In this case it's this plate here. There we stick the whole thing in. Then we press down the stud with a fingernail, and at the same time we remove the tool. And now we have turned an anti-stud into a regular stud, to which we can now simply attach a piece like this. Step 3-25. We have added a lot of pieces to the nacelle, also on the opposite side than the side that I showed you before. And now it's totally flat. It's not bent any longer. Step 3-52. We are done with the third building section. The warp nacelles do not look finished yet, but I think this will change after we have completed building section number 4. Step 4-33. In the last few steps, we have placed a lot of those hinge bricks here. Also here and over there. And I have to say, I don't like these Xingbao pieces. They are way too stiff. It is absolutely no fun building with them. You really have to push very hard to move them. They are not as easygoing as Lego pieces. Okay, for some mocks you would prefer to have such stiff pieces here, but it just is no fun to place them. They might be able to hold a lot of weight, but bringing them in the right position is quite annoying. And I doubt that for this ship here we really need such so stiff pieces. They do not have to hold a lot of weight. Step 4-61. It turns out I was absolutely right to complain about the hinge bricks. So we have placed the covers of the sublight engines, and now it's time to bend them into the right position, as you can see here, and this is done with the help of all those hinge plates. If we push hard enough, we are able to bend the first row of hinge plates. Yeah, let's ignore that part. Like this. Now can I interlock that back in there again? Yeah, alright. But now what's way more difficult is to bring the second row of hinge plates into the right position. They are simply too stiff. It really doesn't work well. And now I can't push very hard from the top because, that would make problems with the lower row of hinge plates or hinge bricks. You can see here what happens if I try to bring the upper row of hinge bricks into position. It simply doesn't work. I will try with two hands, but I guess this will take a lot of time until I have brought everything into the right position. Those pieces are utter crap. Alright, it doesn't look perfect, but I can't do it any better. So what I did was to push the whole thing more or less into the right position, while at the same time using a brick separator and sticking it in those hinge bricks and trying to hold them down and re-interlock them and stuff like that. And after many minutes I was able that the whole thing looks more or less correctly. So this is the one side and this is the other side. I'm not perfectly happy with it, but I think it'll do. Alright, so now with step 4-61 we have completed the fourth building section, because in step 4-62 there isn't actually anything to do. As you can see, we have completed the warp nacelles and also added covers for the sublight engines. Now it's time to build the front part of our ship, which holds the cockpit. Step 5-1. In this step we are using a piece which I haven't seen before. At least I can't remember that I have ever seen it before. The Lego company introduced this piece in 2012, and so far it appeared in 67 Lego sets. I actually own one of those sets. It's, the huge Super Mario Bowser set, but I haven't built that set so far. And yeah, that means I haven't used this piece before. Step 5-21. We are building a little pedestal for a control panel, and I really like the building technique used here. So what we are going to do now is to combine these two hinge plates here. And for that we have to put one on its head, and then we connect those two things like this. And now we use this thing here and we interlock the studs with those anti-studs here, or with those holes, better said. We can add the tile with the control panel itself to that plate. Now we bring it into the correct position. Et voila, we have a pedestal with a control panel attached to it. That's really cool. Steps 5-54 and 5-57. In these steps we have to place stickers. Those here with the number 2, these here, or this and that. But I'm not going to place them right now because, I think I need some orientation to see how low these red stripes really are sitting on those bricks here. And I just need some kind of orientation. I think in the next building section we are going to place printed bricks quite close to those stickers, and when we have these stripes here, I think it's easier to see where we have to apply the stickers exactly. And to be honest, I'm not really sure yet if I'm going to apply the stickers at all, because have a look here at the segment where we have to place the stickers. It consists of several bricks and plates and tiles, and normally I don't apply stickers to complete segments, because once the stickers are applied, you can't take the segment apart any longer without breaking the stickers or damaging the stickers. Maybe I will be able to cut the stickers at the right positions with a very sharp knife, but I'm not sure about that. Have a look here. I don't think I can make a cut here. Maybe here, but this doesn't look too good for cutting the stickers. Well, we will see in a few steps. With building step 5-57, we have completed building section number 5. So we have built big parts of the front part of the ship, and now in building section number 6 we are going to complete this front part and also interlock it with the rest of the ship. Step 6-4. Xingbao bricks might not be perfect, but their prints definitely are. In this step we have to use one printed brick, and as you can see here, it's pre-attached to a black brick. This is done due to the production process. They print at several pieces at once if there's just one big print. This way the prints align perfectly, so they interlock the bricks on which the prints are supposed to be with a black brick, and then the two gray bricks here are perfectly aligned, so they can simply print on them in one single go, and that way also the print is perfectly aligned. Of course, they could have removed the brick afterwards, but they didn't. That way we get a additional brick which we are not going to use in the instructions, but I don't really mind. Alright, then we can use this brick here now for our step. We are supposed to do this. And then we connect the whole thing with this little segment which we have built earlier. And then we place this little segment on this bigger part of our build, like this. And now I have here some red lines which I can use as orientation for placing the stickers. I think I'm going to try now to place the stickers and see if I can cut them. It's not so bad if this doesn't work out, because I think we got here some replacement stickers. I guess we only need 2 of those 4 stickers here. So if I'm going to destroy stickers now, I can use other stickers if I want to. But if this doesn't work out, I'm not going to use stickers at all. I think this is only the second Star Trek set which I have built which uses stickers. The huge Voyager set that I built quite a while ago used also transfer stickers, but I think I didn't place all of them. That's not so easy to do. I think I should have done this a slightly other way. Let me try to place it with this little knife. Maybe this is easier. I'll try it like this. Oh, this is really not easy. I wish I had a third hand. All right. This should be fine. I didn't do it perfectly, but I hope it's all right. Here you can see on the right side there I didn't quite hit the brick, and here on the left side there's a tiny gap. But alright. I didn't expect it that I could make it any better. So I hope the sticker's on there, and this means now it's time to remove the foil. Oh, that didn't work. I try to rub it in with my fingernails. Maybe this helps. Or did I do it completely wrong? I don't think so. Why doesn't this work at all? That's annoying. I have to pay attention that I'm not going to break it completely. I had no problems with the stickers of the Voyager set, at least with those stickers that I did place. Oh, now it did work perfectly. Yeah, that's all right. So now I'm going to try if I can cut the stickers through here in the gaps. Yeah, I think that worked totally fine. Let's do this sticker here too. Or these two plates here, or this plate and that brick. But to be honest, those two positions were the easy part, because here are gaps. But now I want to cut through the sticker between those plates here, and you can see that there's almost no gap, so this won't be that easy, I fear. But I think I managed to do it. Now we should be able to take the set apart again without destroying the stickers. Maybe I'm also going to apply the sticker to my Voyager and cut through the sticker, or I think those are also several stickers, like this. But it might be that the Voyager set even uses even more plates to which one sticker is attached. Yeah, maybe better I just leave it like it is. I think the part where the sticker at the Voyager set is missing is on the Voyager's backside, there where the shuttles are started. And at that position, the sticker really isn't that visible, or at least it's not that visible if the sticker is missing. But I think here in that case, in the case of the Runabout, it would have looked quite strange if we hadn't placed stickers. Because there are also prints, and yeah, it's just one continuous line, and it really would have looked strange if there were gaps in the line. Maybe not here at this position, but I think also somewhere here on the front is supposed to be a sticker, and there are more of those printed bricks, and yeah, it just would have looked ridiculous. Yeah, I think this worked better than expected. Now I should be able to take the set completely apart again. Steps 6-15 and 6-16. Now it's time to place the stickers with the number 1. That and that. And I think those two here are spare once again. Yeah, we have to place one sticker here, so 2 stripes here, and the other 2 stripes go there. You can see this time we even have to cut at more precisions because there are way more plates. Let's hope this works out. So, I get faster with the time with placing these stickers because I guess this year is the third sticker, so I get some practice now. And it's quite cool that I was able to place this red line here completely on that plate, or is it a tile? I don't know, it doesn't matter. But this also means that I didn't have to cut this here at all. I only had to cut the upper one. And I think it looks quite fine. Of course, I damaged a sticker here slightly, but that's alright. I think on the other side, the first sticker on the other side also got slightly damaged, if I remember correctly. Yeah, you can see here that I damaged it slightly here, but I can live with that. At least now I will be able to completely take the set apart again. Steps 6-28 and 6-29. Now it's time for this little sheet of paper here, which tells us to use the pieces from the additional bag. And in the beginning I said that I guess these are replacement pieces for other pieces which for some reason we are not supposed to use. But I was wrong. Those aren't pieces which we have to use instead of other pieces. The pieces shown here are simply missing. And yeah, they gave us those pieces in an additional bag, which by the way is unnumbered. So of course the bag itself has a number, but this isn't a number which is useful for us. All the other bags came with an additional number which tells us to which building section the individual bag belongs. But as you can see, there isn't anywhere written the number 6 on it. But all the pieces in this bag are exactly those pieces shown on this sheet of paper, so I'm quite sure that this is the additional bag for building section number 6 and that those are the pieces which we have to use now. In step 6-41, we are marrying the runabout's front part with its back part. And after that, we are done with building section number 6. This is what our build looks like so far, and as you can see, what's missing, it's quite obvious, that's the roof. And this is what we are building in the 7th building section. Step 7-2. Have a look at this plate here. It's supposed to be a 16x2 plate, but, well, as you can see, it's broken. We get to see 14 stats, and we can guess the 15th stat, but the 16th stat is missing completely. Luckily, we will cover this plate with other plates, so it won't be visible from above, but maybe it will be visible from below. I'm not sure about this. Oh, it seems that we cover it from below too, but nevertheless, this shouldn't happen at all. This sucks. No, I was talking nonsense. We are not going to cover the roof from below. And yeah, this means this gap will also be visible once we have completed the build. Luckily, it's the underside of the roof, which we are not going to see from the outside. When we have a look at our ship, we only can see it when we remove the roof and then have a look at the roof's underside. Nevertheless, this really isn't okay. Luckily, this is not a structurally important piece, but this might have happened to all other pieces too. So imagine we really had an important piece which had missing studs. This would really be horrible. Yeah, they really have to improve their quality control. I think I didn't have any problems with, or at least not such problems with later Xingbao sets, so maybe in the meantime they have updated their quality control, but also back then when the set was released, this wasn't okay. Step 7-55. We have completed assembling the roof and now we have to connect it with the ship. So this here is our roof and well, you can see that the broken 2x16 plate still is visible, but only when we have a look at the underside of the roof. Well, it's not the best that we got broken pieces, but at least it won't be that obvious. Okay, now we have to connect the roof to the ship itself, like this. And then in the next step, step 7-56, we have to adjust those flaps here, like this. And now we are done with building section number 7. Yeah, you can see that the Rio Grande is almost complete. The only thing missing is this sensor package up here and also the plaque. But that's what we're going to build now in the final building section. Building section number 8. Step 8-1. It's interesting that they show this piece here with its ugly injection hole. I guess they do so that we are able to differentiate this piece here from the other bricks which come with only studs on one side, not on both sides. Step 8-34. We have completed the sensor pack and now it's time to add it to the Rio Grande. The Rio Grande can be displayed with sensor pack or without sensor pack. But I want to display it with sensor pack, and because of that we have to remove this tile here so that we can interlock the sensor pack with the ship itself. Alright, then let's try to remove that tile. Yeah, just like this. And now we should be able to place these two anti-studs on those two studs here. And have a look here. I like the building technique which is used here. You can see we got these, let's call them rails. And I think we have to place these, we have to place these edges here in those rails. Let's see if this works. Okay, first of all, we have to properly interlock those studs here above. All right, this should be there. And, oh no, I did it the wrong way. We have to turn it around. Okay, let me give another try. We are supposed to do it like this. All right. Oh, and that way it's even easier to interlock those studs up there. Yeah, so this should be sturdy enough, yeah. And it seems that we do not really interlock them there, but yeah, they just hover above those rails, I guess. Yeah, but that's fine. Alright, but we are not complete with the set yet. We still have to build the plaque. Oh, I simply forgot. We can, of course, adjust the end parts here of those, of the construction which holds the sensor pod in place. And here these fins or whatever can be, thanks to some hinge plates, can be bent, and that way we can place them correctly in these rails. Now everything looks fine. With step 8-43 we have completed the plaque. We don't have to do anything in step 8-44, and this means we have completed assembling the whole set. Alright, then first of all, let's have a look at the plaque. You can see that, it doesn't give us much information. We only get to know that it's a Danube class runabout which we have built here, and that it has a length of 23.1 meters. And we get to see the ship from the side as some kind of blueprint. And here on the left there is the Starfleet emblem, and here on top we get to see that the set is Deep Space Nine branded. And that's simply the series in which we got to see the runabout most of the times. I think we sometimes also saw it in The Next Generation, or at least in one episode, and I guess also in in one of the movies, but can't really remember. But it's when you think of the runabout, you think of Deep Space Nine. Alright, then let's have a look at the ship itself. There are two ways to display this set. We can display it as shown here, but since the runabouts are modular ships which can come in different configurations, we can also remove the I think it's a sensor pod up here. There also do exist pods which are used for photon torpedoes or something like that. But I think in this case we got a sensor pod up here. If you prefer to display your ship without a sensor pod, you can simply remove it, and you can cover this gap here with a 2x4 tile which comes with the set. And now you get to see the ship in the other way which you can display it. This ship is extremely sturdy and it was much fun to build. And you can barely break it, I think. And it comes with really cool prints. Here in the front you can see that the print continues over several tiles, but it just looks perfectly. It's perfectly aligned. Here we also get to see that this is the Rio Grande, or if you prefer pronouncing Rio Grande in a more English way, then I don't know, Rio Grande. And the Rio Grande has these red stripes on its side, and I think I showed you properly how I had to apply the stickers for these stripes. I'm really not a fan of stickers, but I think in this case it was necessary to place them because you can see here the front part of the stripes are prints, then we got stickers, and then we got prints again, and then stickers again. It would have been fine to not place these stickers here in the back, but I think it would have looked very strange if we hadn't placed these stickers here. I mean, print, nothing, print would have looked quite strange. And of course, the same can be said about the other side. Then here on the sides, on these, the structure which holds the warp nacelles, there we also got this print here. But in this case it's only on one brick, NCC 74252, and I think the same can be seen on the other side. Yeah. Then we got these warp nacelles down here. I think it's kind of sad that they used translucent pieces for the blue part here, but not for the red part. It would have looked way better if these red pieces here were also translucent red, like these lights here. I think those lights are positioning lights, but I'm not quite sure. They are red on the left, but green on the right. Yeah, here we can see the impulse engines. And I think there also these pieces would have looked better in translucent red. But all in all, this ship really has some cool colors and the shape is just perfect. It really looks like a runabout. The designers have done a great job. Here in the front, we can have a look inside the cockpit. And the ship also comes with several windows, and those are not only brick built, there are even, there's glass behind those brick built windows. So not really glass, it's plastic, just like these cockpit pieces here, but I think it's quite cool that we got this. Here on the top, I think this is the warp core. It's tiny compared to the warp cores of those huge ships, like, I don't know, the Galaxy class or something like that. And yeah, this is a special kind of warp core that it could be made so tiny. Here are the doors if we want to enter the ship. I think those are hatches. And I don't know if there's much more to say. I think it's time to have a look inside. So we want to remove the roof. And to do that, we have to disconnect these flaps here. So here on the one side you can see that we got a clip here. And also on the other side. Oh, that was an accident. Let me fix this real quick. Okay. And now we should be able to simply pull and then the roof should disconnect. Yeah, that's cool. So you can see it's done very easily. I could do it with just one single hand, but here on the underside of the roof we can also see this gap here because this long plate here was broken and normally it should fill the whole gap. Yeah, that's a bit sad. I think I'm going to contact BlueBrixx and they have to send me a new plate. Okay, then let's have a look inside the ship. So here in the front, I think there we get to see some workstations. You can see that there are really cool control panels. And also on the other side, I don't know what this is. Some storage. Who knows? can theoretically open these things and have a look inside, but I think there is nothing in there. Yeah. This whole segment here comes in different configurations, but our model here has that kind of configuration that next there are the crew quarters, and yeah, you get to see this bigger bedroom here. We got 4 beds, 1, 2, 3, 4. And behind that, there comes this area with the table, 4 seats. Some more control panels. This might even be a replicator, but I'm not sure about that. And then we got here in the back these 2 boxes, which we can open, and there are these crystals inside. Oh, close? All right. I like the chairs because those are normal chairs. I think I showed you also the next generation shuttle, and there they have updated the chairs to fit for their own minifigures. But in this case, we got chairs which can place regular Lego minifigures. By the way, I got a minifigure here. This is a regular Lego minifigure with some custom prints. Then let's see if we can place our Jean-Luc there on one of the chairs. Oh, I should place him next to the cup tea. Oh, great. Yep, works totally fine. And yeah, as you can see, the whole ship comes in minifigure scale. Here, let me place the minifigure in front so you can see how the whole thing is scaled. Sadly, we can't open this door here. It's brick built. It's, yeah, completely sturdy. This can't be done. But we can have a look inside the cockpit, to which also leads such a brick-built door which can't be opened. To have a look inside the cockpit, I think we have to push here. Yeah, just like this, and then the roof simply pops off. Oh, have a look, we even got some lights up here. Alright, so this is the cockpit area. And have a look at that. It comes with a lot of prints, and those look so cool. These prints are really well done. A lot of control panels. And then behind the cockpit area, I think this is supposed to be the transporter station. So to beam people in and out of the ship. Here we got the window, and on this side, this is actually quite funny. We get to see a little toilet. And it even got a door which we can open. And yeah, then you can sit on the loo. Actually, this ship consists of 3 models, so the real ship, but of 3 segments, but our ship only consists of 2 segments, so theoretically the ship can be detached here and here, I think, so that we got these 3 parts. But since this is one huge brick-built piece, we can only detach the cockpit area. But I'm not sure if I can do this with one hand. Let me place the camera for that. I guess I need 2 hands. The front part is connected to the back with pins. Yeah. Just like that. So here we can have a look at the underside of the front part. There we can see that it comes with these landing pads. And the part in the back should also have several of those landing pads, I think. Oh no, it doesn't. Oh, by the way, that wasn't the best idea if you don't want to rip off the back of the warp nacelles. So let me just reattach this real quick. All right. And yeah, it's quite cool that some light can get through these bricks here. This looks very interesting, and I really like how this is done here with these pipes. This looks quite cool. And there's one thing left I can show you. Below these covers of this whole area, we get to see the impulse engines. And this is a bit annoying because I showed you during the building process that these hinge bricks here are of really bad quality, so I just ripped off the whole thing. But yeah, here you can have a look inside. That's quite interesting, and also the other side. Alright, then let me just reassemble everything. I had very much fun with assembling the set. It was very easy to assemble everything. There were cool building techniques used, but none of those techniques were really difficult. There was only one part of the set which wasn't easy to assemble, and yeah, that's everything which was made with hinge bricks. That has nothing to do with the technique itself, it's just because of these bricks. And I have to say, those bricks here are definitely not the best on the market. I have the feeling that later BlueBrixx sets or BlueBrixx Star Trek sets had better pieces than this set here. The tolerances of these Xingbao bricks aren't really good, and especially the hinge bricks do not work at all. It's always good to have a bit more clutch power than necessary, but these hinge bricks are so stiff, it's very difficult to, place them in the right angle. And yeah, you can see, or you could see when I removed this piece here, that instantly all the studs popped off, because the hinge bricks are stiffer than the clutch power of the bricks themselves. And there definitely is no problem with the clutch power. The clutch power is fine. It's just that these hinge bricks are awfully stiff. I think the clutch power itself of all those bricks might even be a bit bigger than it is with Lego bricks. So your fingers might pay a toll after a while. My fingers hurt at least now a little bit. It doesn't have the smooth feeling of interlocking Lego bricks. But it's totally fine, you get used to it. And as long as everything works, I'm happy. The hinge bricks don't work very well, but you can see that it is doable to bring them in the right position. But all in all, the bricks are not of the best quality. The tolerances aren't simply the best, and yeah, I think when you go very close to the build, you can see that the bricks just look a bit strange. But as long as we can interlock them without any problem and everything doesn't fall apart, I'm fine with it. The prints on the other hand, are the best quality I know, so those are just perfect prints. I just would have loved if also these stripes here and here were prints, but I guess that would have been an extremely expensive production because you can see you would have needed to assemble this whole segment and then print on it, and yeah, I guess that's just too expensive to do. But at least we got transfer stickers. Those are always way better than normal stickers. Normal stickers just look strange when you can see the translucent foil, or it's even worse when they print those stripes on a gray background, then it really looks strange. So I guess this is the best you can wish for. Another thing about the bricks I forgot to mention, but I guess I told you earlier about that, is that they really have these ugly injection holes and I just can't stand them. Especially the ingots look quite ugly with those huge holes. Luckily, most of the studs are covered, so that isn't too much of a problem. But the ingots, of course, can't be covered. The instructions were totally fine. They were quite easy to follow. Of course, I sometimes have problems with the colors in the instructions. They look a bit off, but I'm not really sure if they are off. I guess if you stare too long on instructions, you simply get problems with identifying colors. Well, assembling the ship was easy, as I said before, and I think the result looks really amazing. It just looks like a runabout. Maybe the walls are a bit thick, but you can't do better with just using building bricks, so that's totally fine. And yeah, as I said before, I wish they would have used translucent red pieces instead of these normal red pieces, because I mean they use translucent pieces here for the blue pieces, so why not for the red pieces? But that's really more or less the only thing I can complain about. Oh, and by the way, for all those stickers we placed, we also got replacement stickers. So if you mess up placing the stickers, you always got some stickers left to do it again. It's really sad that BlueBrixx has lost their Star Trek license, so we won't get any other Star Trek sets, because their designs are amazing. Maybe the set is a bit expensive with 200 euros, but all in all, I can absolutely recommend the set.